Mag Bitter Truth back on. Yeah, I got a little rest up and I'm back on. Yeah, shout out to VIP supporter of the Mag Bitter Truth. Yeah, new VIP supporter SEO. What's good? Yeah, respect Michelle, I see you. VIP supporter of the Mag Bitter Truth. Yeah, much respect Gordon Reed. Yeah, we go get into this right here. We go talk about the video games that they have for the masses. And you could say 10 years ago that video games was for basically youths, but it's all changed in the new world. Now everybody involved in some kind of internet kind of video games. And I'm going to show you it melt your brain, put you in a fantasy kind of state. That's why they give you the supposedly metaverse. Yeah, where you put on the goggles on your eyes and you're officially in, virtual world. That's what they're basically doing to the masses. Whether you play this one's, the game's just like regular video game with a controller, or you put some VR set over your eyes, the same brainwash. I'm going to show you what it done to your brain. We're going to talk about it right here, this phenomenon that take over the whole wide world, video game. We're going to get into it and talk about it. Just make it wrong.
While you're watching 60 Minutes, chances are children all over the country are glued to different screens playing video games.
And like I said, they mentioned children, but now it's everybody, grown folks, playing video games on their phone. That's the new trend. Listen.
At least it keeps them quiet, right?
Keep them quiet.
And there's one game that's currently all the rage, especially with boys. It's called Fortnite, and it has...
Fortnite, you hear that? And they got a lot more, video game system that they have for the youth, roadblocks and all. They got a lot of them to brainwash the youths, take over their brain in this end times. Listen.
125 million players around the world hooked, and therein lies the problem. It and games like it are so good, there's such a sensory smorgasbord of action and colour, our children are becoming addicted.
Yes, and they're not going to really want to call it addiction till now, basically. They never used to call it addiction, but yes, they're drifting towards that. And don't worry about it. Let me just tell you this before we get in the video. Just give them till about 2024, in the middle of 2024, 25. They're going to come out with a remedy for the video game addiction, which is therapy and medication. Just remember, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be so bad in the next year or so, year and a half or so, they're going to have to prescribe medicine for the supposedly addiction of video games. That's where it's going. So pay attention. They barely call it addiction, but it is 100% in it. Ain't no different from gambling and any other addiction that you have. Listen.
Playing for days on end to the exclusion of everything else, even school, friends and family. Try to stop them and you're guaranteed a meltdown. No wonder then the World Health Organization now classifies video gaming disorder as a disease.
Okay, listen. The World Health Organization classified it as a disease. So listen, people, I told you, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna class it as a disease, a real addiction, and then they're gonna come up with the remedy. They don't tell you that from the World Health Organization unless it involves medicine. You have to understand that, people. If you hear the CDC, the World Health Organization, or any one of them big supposedly operators on you come out and say that, it mean one thing: it's gonna lead to medication from the government people on your youths. But it's too late now. You can't stop it. It's already gonna happen. They're gonna bring the medication, and remember, the youth is so bad on these video games, so hooked to it, there's no way you're gonna refuse that supposedly remedy. The order of the chaos, because it is a plan, people. You have to listen to me. It's a plan to get the youth's brain melted once they get on these video games. Remember, they're interested in nothing else. It don't matter what they say. They're interested in nothing else once they hook on these games. So yes, it's gonna call for supposedly medication, more chemical to destroy the youths. So yes, people, a plan, and now you're getting the result right here. Okay, pay attention to what it is.
It's late on a Tuesday night, but it could be any night of the week. Long after everyone else is asleep, 14-year-old Logan is awake and will be for hours yet, fighting for supremacy in the online battlegrounds of Fortnite.
Listen to this. You see that right there, people? Even though it don't have on the VR set, it's still all the way tuned in. If you see, got on the headset and everything. They're talking in it to each other. People from all over the world, they're talking to each other right there. And they don't socialize for real. You have to understand that once the youth brain get in a certain soupy mode in this video game, they don't want to basically socialize or nothing. Only in the game. That's why they give you the virtual reality, as I mentioned, because that's where you know what your life is now virtual. Look.
Supremacy in the online battlegrounds of Fortnite.
Oh, it's a battleground. See that?
By day, Logan can be found in the same spot.
There you go.
Playing the same game over and over again.
And listen, people, they can tell you that like it's just happened. Like it's coincident, it's just free flowing and it happened. No, it was a design plan. Remember, your brain work a certain way, people. Like I told you all the time, the brain is set up in a lot of different sections to operate your whole body, your thinking, your storage, every damn thing. So listen, when you use something unnatural like a video game to occupy the brain, you're losing a lot of your senses. If you understand what I mean, you're losing a lot of abilities 100% in. So guess what? Remember, they do know what the things that you're missing out on once you want the video games. So this is why they basically give you those same things on the video game. Now you can exercise in the video game. You can run, jump. You can do all of these activities in the video game while you're sitting right there. Do you understand? They might tell you, oh, you're not learning enough, so they make these supposedly games supposedly teaching you stuff. But it's the same brainwash. The gaming is only taking up a part of your brain. The major part of your brain where you used to think and figure out things is all packed up with all illusion come from a video game. A competition in a game, all of them things take over your mind. They can't think about nothing else but the damn game. Pay attention here.
If it was my choice, I'd probably be playing about 14 hours if it was my choice.
You hear that?
Like 125 million other gamers around the world right now.
Yes, and it's way, way more than that at this moment. Way more than that. Almost everybody involved. Grown people as well. Remember, they have grown men that used to play Atari from back in the days. Atari is a old school game from back in the days. Probably out before I was born. But this is how it is. And they play all the way up. Buy the new device and everything, and they still hook up to today. They have some grown people living, grown people life supposedly, and they hook on those video games, set them back a lot, destroy their life in a lot of ways, people. Listen here.
His game of choice is most often Fortnite's Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
This extraordinary phenomenon is a contest for survival.
Yeah, that's a contest for survival. So guess what, people? Your whole brain is consumed by it. Your whole subconscious. Remember, it's about survival, but it's not real. It's in a game. The competition of life that they give you, life is about competition. So guess what? Your brain will fit right in. You understand that? To competition you all the way up in the brain. Everything is a challenge. Everything is a survival. You have to understand now your brain is completely consumed by this shit right here. It's not real life, but it still consumes your brain. What that mean? You have no space left for real life. Come on.
100 players up against each other until there is just one standing.
There you go. Look at this.
There's no blood, but plenty of weapons to collect and much strategy required for ultimate success.
Yes, and later on, they tell you a little 16-year-old youth, pick up a gun, go to school, mass shooting style. Don't worry about it. They give you that in the video game. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. how outlaws, how they could get outlaw in the damn game, do things and, in this fantasy world, and people actually think that it's real life. So guess what? They can transform that to real life. Some things that they do in the video game, they can think about doing it in reality as well. Remember, that's their reality anyway. So yes, people, you can have a mass shooter, you can have all of these things coming out, people doing crimes, all because they get to do it in a video game. Freelancing, you don't get it. Watch this.
Yep.
Logan, it's
Yep.
Tara. I hope this is not a girl-free zone, is it?
No, it's fine.
To understand Logan, you have to step into his world. A world where you never get his full attention.
Wow.
So how good are you at talking and playing at the same time?
Not very good.
Fortnite and similar video games have been Logan's sole obsession for the past 2 years, at the expense of almost everything else. Do you feel like you're addicted to gaming?
Not really, no. I don't.
Remember this, people. That's a dumb question. Remember this. Nobody that addicted to anything not gonna really admit it. A matter of fact, that's something new you bring to their attention as far as addiction go. Do you understand that? Remember, this is a baby. You have to remember these are children. They don't know nothing else. That's what you present to them. Young age, you give them a video game. What make you think they're gonna think that they're addicted to it? Come on.
I feel like I'm addicted at all.
Do you know what the definition of addiction is?
Of course you
No,
don't.
not really.
Of course you
I
don't.
guess what I'm asking you is, do you really think you have control over these games and how much you play?
I do have control. I just choose to stay
Exactly,
on
to
this
play a
one.
lot. What kind of dumb question is that, people? Of course, all the youths gonna feel like, yes, I play the time that I wanna play. It's not like something is driving them. That's what they're gonna tell you. How they gonna know that it's actually addiction? They have grown folks addicted to shit and they don't even know about it. Listen.
When did you last read a book?
A long time ago.
That's done
When
with.
did you last play sport?
And remember this, people, audio books. So guess what? You have no business asking a youth, yes, a new, supposedly the new generation about books. You already know there ain't such thing as no books no more. You can just go on audio book and they read the book in your damn ears. Computer AI style. So listen right here, people. The world is gone as you know it. Again.
A while ago.
When did you last hang out with your mates?
A decent while ago. Like,
Logan's desperate mum, Britta Hodge, believes her son is a video game addict, for which she wears a terrible cost.
Listen.
Withdrawn?
Okay, take a look at the supposedly mom and dad right here, the parents. And now they're bringing a news company to come talk to their kid. They supposedly 60 minutes. You believe it, people? I'm asking you a question. How would that youth get to be addicted to the video game? Bam. There you go. These are the parents. These are what in charge of the youth. So how did the youth get addicted to video games? You buy it, you buy them the games, you do all of that shit, you support it all the way. You didn't make a time where you say, hey, listen, you play 2 hours and that's it. Every day you can't play it all day. You understand how, okay, so the weekend or whatever, you don't set up no kind of restriction or nothing. So the youths did that and tell you I can play 14 hours. You didn't feel like I'm overdoing it because you don't know better. So yes, you have to blame the mom and dad right here, the parents, the overseer of the youth for the addiction, because it is an addiction. It messes with your whole brain and consume it. So yes, it is an addiction and they can't do without it.
Angry?
Listen.
Depressed?
Huh?
Anxious?
Oh, you?
Completely different.
Uh-huh.
I keep on saying to him, I miss my boy. I miss the boy that I used to have.
You miss the boy, but you still have him with the video game. Why not go to the problem? What you gonna do now? You're gonna ask them for help? You're gonna ask this ugly bastard for help? Why you bring them to your home? They can stop the addiction? Wow. What you plan to get out of this? Like I say, you didn't take the video game away. You're the one who gave it to him. And you keep supporting it and support it. And now you come crying about addiction. What a joke.
It's not the boy I know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he'd be the one that'd be the first to hook up his fishing rod and you know, go camping or...
Okay, so he have all of that in him. He used to pick up his fishing rod. He's the first one to go camping. And what happened? You introduce him to video game. Remember, he can't pay for it. He can't buy it. Another thing you need to understand, people, those game consoles is not cheap. They're expensive because they know that you have to buy it. They know. Remember, like I tell you, from Atari come all the way up. They have them in lines, and then later on another one come in. Sony don't make nothing else now but PlayStation. Sony don't make TV no more, people. You don't see Sony TV, Sony radio. Remember, Sony come out as a damn Walkman. I guess that was the first Walkman came out, and now they're making video games. That's it. You will never see the Sony name and nothing else now but the PlayStation. What that tell you, that was their whole purpose from day one. The biggest industry of all. They can tell you that it's bigger than the music industry and the movie industry combined. We're talking about the gaming industry, people, which is the same. They're all the same. It's the bundle of brainwash that they send out there to capture your youths and a lot of grown folks as well.
Soccer, no? No. Can't get him outside.
Can't get him outside.
Do you
no
mean
activity.
that quite literally?
That means he in deep trouble, people. And I do know people in my family, little youth in my family, that the same thing happened to. Me and them don't live in the same place, but this is what I notice going on with them. They only play video game. You can't get them out to go to the shop, the store, nothing. You can't get them out of the house. So whenever they're going out, they say, hey, you coming? No. Sometimes his mom don't even bother to ask. Told her, look, if you buy him that place, that Xbox or whatever, and now he hooked on it, and every year you get him another one updated and all of that. So there you go. That's what you inherit. So the parents is the problem here, people. The parents is the problem that got the youth hooks on these video games. Now they're going to bring medicine to cure him. No problem at all. We got it. That's what the government going to come with. The order of the chaos. Right here.
So.
Mm-hmm.
You move fast. Like Logan, 13-year-old Sam is trapped in a fantasy realm of high-octane and violent games.
Violent games. And you wonder why they grow up to be violent? You don't get it, people. The game thing, you have to understand it, people. I know we're talking to a lot of people who's awake here. I already understand that. But I tell you, people, that gaming, it actually brainwash you. That's exactly what it do. It consume your brain. So guess what, people? You might, go into real life and then it's the gaming you flash back into. That's all in the subconscious, people. Everything that you learn now is from that artificial thing that you got in your brain. Is now shadowing all the reality. You have to get it. That's why I said anything can come from these youths that they see in the game. Things that they want to do in real life is actually the game teaching them. You have to understand that the whole subconscious is controlled by it. And in those games, people, you don't understand it. Worse than TV itself, where they have a brainwash programming. Now they let them participate in the programming. So that's why it works, people. That's why the video game work as one of the biggest brainwash operation they ever bring to the human beings. And I already told you, it's not us coming up with it, people. Not even from a long shot. We're not the one who come up with it. It's the devil people, like I mentioned, the fallen angels bloodline. They're the one who feeding you these things for your destruction. 100% bam.
That's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
It's a
You
lot
can
of
shoot her
blood.
in the head as many times as you
You
want.
hear that?
Oh, I'm dead.
That's a lot of blood.
Yeah. You can shoot her in the head as many times as you want.
You hear that? You can shoot her in the head as many times as you want. What you doing putting that in a youth subconscious mind? Oh my goodness. Like I say, people, I know you're awake, so you're not going to understand. You're not going to be able to feel what they're doing there. You understand? Like, you're not going to understand it. Like, how could their brain melt like this? But Like I say, control them from their young. The grown folks who like gaming, they're used to it. They used to be mingling with the games and all of that. It wasn't that enticing to capture them all the way, but it's enough to let them continue to play games. But the new generation that coming in and hook on this game now, that's they're gonna call addiction. That they have to have medication for. And once you see them bring it up on mainstream TV, once they mention it on mainstream TV and say, listen, it is a problem now, they reach that limit that they wanted for them to ring the alarm about it and then come with the solution.
Can still not die.
It's an alien world that terrifies Sam's parents, Joanne and Brendan.
Yes.
Why do you think this world is so appealing to Sam?
Listen,
Because you don't have to do what's a real world.
you don't have to do what's real.
This world is so appealing to Sam. I guess because you don't have to deal with the real world. You don't have to deal with chores. You don't have to deal with, sports. You can sit there for hours and hours and hours and talk to people and they're not going to judge you. I mean, some of the things that I've heard him say online, it's so aggressive. Like they talk about slitting each other's throats.
You hear what I'm talking about here, people? You hear what she just say? I'm saying when you put that in a youth subconscious mind. Wow. Now, I'm going to tell you something, people, because they have some cases going on. I mentioned a couple of them. One of them with this Johnson character that they have that supposedly killed his mom and dad when he was maybe a 16-year-old youth or whatever. He murdered them in the home. That was also a video game addict. You don't have to ask. They're supposed to be rich. His father was a football player and all of this shit. Of course he got every video games he want. But I'm saying, people, with these things here, it ain't nothing for the youth to wake up and cut off his mom's neck. You get what I'm saying? Because in his world, this is nothing. This is nothing in his world, cutting somebody's neck off, and you hear what the woman just tell you. So listen, people, it's just like I always tell you about, when you put somebody in the army, or you're exposing them to these things and they can do these things and freely can go over there and shoot some people and rape some people and do all of these things, and then you take him out of there and you bring him back to society and mix him up. Then you're gonna be surprised if he shoots somebody, rape somebody, or do some injustice to somebody, and that's what you're training him to do. That's what you wanted him to do. That's what you're using him for. So what's the difference? That's what I'm saying, people. So the subconscious already paint a picture. He already paint a picture and say, yeah, this is what it is. So yes, a child could get violent, but because he do it freelance in a game. Look at a game like Grand Theft Auto that they imitate life with, supposedly. They're showing you real life in a fantasy mode and tell you you live in it, you can do any damn thing. Come on, people, this is wrong. 100%. And like I said, the closer they get to the end times, this is what you're gonna see. You're not even gonna understand it. Like, damn, how could nobody notice that? But this is the new world. These things gonna be obvious to the wake people, and then you're gonna be like, damn, how could they not see? But this is the world, people.
Gaming addiction is real and is so widespread. 3 months ago, the World Health Organization declared it a disease.
There you go, people, a disease. Wow. Nobody really understands this bit of truth here. It's a reason why I'm doing this video. Because there's a lot of people ask for it. A lot of people say, man, break it down. But in 2017, I did a wicked video on it, a wicked breakdown. And I'm going to find that video, I'm going to post it. I will post it on the Patreon. I will find it and post it. I'm going to have to look for it too. Countless of videos. But I'll break it down and show you that it was a devil work. And that the youth going to be addicted. Like I said, 2017 or so I did that video and break it down all the way with the images that they give you on it. Rockstar, one of the biggest supposedly producers out of these video games. Rockstar is 33 in numerology. They use the R, which is number 9, and the star at the tip to show you that it's devil coding. No doubt me. So yes, Rockstar is 33 in numerology. That's why they call artists rock stars. And now it's video game producers. That's their name. Video game name brand. All devil work, people. 100% in. And we're going to break it down and show you some things. Just let this play.
And more overwhelmed parents are turning to psychiatrists like Dr. Tanvir
Like I tell you, people. But don't worry about the psychiatrist going in your brain trying to undo that shit. It's not going to work. Psychiatrist is bullshit. Watch what they're going to bring later on. The medication, people. That's it. Now they're going to start out with this. And then they're going to tell you it don't work. So now they have a reason to bring in the medication because it's an unstoppable problem. We have to go seek deep. Yes, give them medication to put their brain back to normal. Listen.
To help their kids kick the gaming habit.
That's not going to work.
I kind of miss having like friends to go out with and all that, but I got friends online.
You hear that? You got friends online.
Look, it's a
Don't
modern
need no
tragedy.
friend.
Because now stimulus people are able to get in the modern video game, including the social stimulus, they can have so many needs met, and the sensory...
Yes, they could have a lot of needs met. Like I don't tell you, all the things that you're going to miss playing the video game, they're going to give it to you in the video game. Do you understand? So there's no reason to come off it. They say you're not exercising, you exercise in the game. Listen.
hold the modern video game can have on the developing brain who can't make those reasonable judgments that as an adult most of us can. That's the real challenge. And that's the parenting challenge that is, I think, different to other novelties in the past, be it television or fatty food or those sort of things.
Getting annoying.
Logan is considered more susceptible than many. He first turned to this parallel universe to cope with the breakdown of his parents' marriage.
You hear that, people? He turned to video game because of the breakdown, how to remedy the breakdown of his parents' marriage. You believe it, people? What a damn joke. So yes, the video game will help you out in that situation. What a joke.
And as someone who suffers severe anxiety, he finds it a safer, more soothing place.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I probably started gaming. Because when I was depressed and all that, I started...
What you depressed on? Why you depressed as a little youth? You don't have nothing to do. Everything they take care of it for you. Why is you depressed? Depressed about what? Wow, unbelievable joke shit here. So yes, a little kid, supposedly a little youth, depressed and video game is a solution.
Playing games.
What a
And
joke.
it just made me feel happy again.
Make you feel happy again. Why was you sad?
What makes you unhappy?
Yes.
Everything really.
Everything.
Like, I'm just not happy in general.
Wow, just not happy in general. You see that there, people? That can happen. Because you find video game of all of a sudden you wasn't happy? Wow. Orange controller.
And do you think that's a part of it too, that when you're playing games you don't have to think?
Probably. When I play games, I don't really have to think about anything at all. I just play my game.
If he's feeling anxious and stressed in the bigger world, what does the gaming world give him, in your opinion? In Logan's eyes, it gives him a space to be him. It's...
No, people, it give you a space to be him. How it gonna give him a space to be him when he just controlled by the damn video game? The video game gonna make him who he is. That's what you need to understand. Without the video game, he would have naturally developed his brain. So why you need a video game? The video game gonna fill his brain up with trash. And listen me, people. Now, this is their argument. Their argument is this. I'm talking about the system. They're telling you that, listen, video game keep your brain alive, active. So that means it make you smarter. Listen to me. Active brain don't make you smart. It's what your brain active on learning. What your brain picking up. Why is it active? You listening to me? Okay, so an active brain don't necessarily mean it's a smart brain. It just means it's active. It could be picking up all kind of dumb shit. That's not going to make you a smart mind. That's not going to make you have a smart, you're a smart individual. No way. Why? Because you're picking up dumb shit. So you get what I'm saying? So this is the reason why the video games is there. So they occupy your mind with the dumb shit. So you stay at that level, disabled in the brain. Remember, I tell you that long time. In a lot of my videos, I break it down and show you they don't let our brain naturally develop. So they develop our brain for us. So that's the reason why they bring in video game. They know already. They're collecting data and everything off the youths. They know them inside and out. Picture that, people. They can listen to them talk. They know what they're saying. They listen to they watch how they play the game. And what they play the game is that their makeup. That's their makeup right there. Just like you can go on Facebook and interact a little bit and they know who you are. That's why they make those social media. What you think the gaming is there for. You have a character you're playing. They know who you are. You give the character a name and you do all of this. It build up a character about you. It built up, data where they can go back and study you. That's why the video game is there. They control your brain and they're actually learning you while you develop from that game. Do you get it? They see the result and they bring it forth. Do you understand? Let's move on.
Perhaps you've seen videos like this appear in your social media feeds lately.
Look at this.
Stop! The concept is pretty simple.
Look at this one with the ESPN shirt on and the one eye right there in the background. All coding, but pay attention. They're showing you videos going viral by parents supposed to be turning off the gaming and the kid right there, as you can see, number 6. All coding in this one right here. But yes, people, they're turning off the supposed to be gaming console and record the result and the reaction right here. Pay attention.
Parents prank their kids by unplugging the child's video game console in the middle of gameplay, and the reactions are viral gold.
Viral gold. Wow.
No one likes to be forced to stop having fun, but something different is happening here.
It's nothing about no fun, people. It got nothing to do with fun. When you ever see a youth playing video game and actually having fun, laughing, no, it's serious shit to them. You have to understand that. So when you see them plug it out and they go into a fit or pitch a temper tantrum, what you think it is? You think because they're having fun and you stop the fun? No, they take that shit serious as you take life. Remember that. That's their life. You let one of the character die, that's their life. That's what they call it, a life. Listen.
If you were to take away a child's books or Legos, you're not likely to get a reaction like
books
this.
Books or Legos. They don't want no damn books and no Legos.
So what's going on here? Why are these meltdowns so dramatic?
Look how small this youth is. And you already have him hooked on the video games. And you wonder why. I'm telling you they're going to use medication to solve the problem. Just wait and see.
I've treated a number of children over the years who struggle with problematic video game behaviors. I think one of the most important things to keep in mind is that the child will be able to tell you, I'm trying to not do this, but I can't stop.
Wow, they're telling you that they're trying to not do it, but they just can't stop. That is their life. You have to remember that, and you, the parents, actually the one who did it. You're the one who bring this shit in the home and give it to your youth.
I can't get myself to stop. I don't want to behave this way, but I'm struggling.
Why did you do that? That was my game to get into the Overwatch League. You literally just ruined it.
According to Dr. Milham, these reactions aren't necessarily because of an addiction to gaming.
You hear that?
Instead, what we witness in these videos are children who are victims of their own biology.
Being able to tolerate the feeling of frustration or that moment of sadness when you decide I'm not going to continue doing this, that is crucial.
One of the reasons the children in these videos find it so hard to control themselves is because they don't yet have a fully developed prefrontal cortex.
So you see that, people? They don't develop their brain yet, and you give them video games. So their life is video game. Their brain is video games. You have to understand that. This is how they planned it right here to take over your youth brain right there. Pay attention.
The prefrontal cortex is a key component in the brain that's involved in helping us to control impulses and urges.
You hear that?
When you have something like the video game being turned off suddenly, the child is faced with having to feel those negative emotions.
Another factor is dopamine, which is often referred to as the brain's pleasure chemical.
Listen, people. the brain don't produce chemical. This is bullshit about dopamine. Your brain don't produce chemical. Any chemical in your brain come from the establishment, and no chemical is good for your brain. You have to understand that. Remember this. Addiction is real. It don't matter if you take a substance or you're playing video games. Do you remember that? Because it is your brain, part of your brain getting disabled. Listen.
Because it's associated with feelings of euphoria, motivation, and concentration.
Dopamine is a key component of regulating reward mechanisms in the brain. The stimulation we see from playing a video game impacts the same pathways that are present when one is becoming intoxicated with a substance.
You hear that, people? But like I tell you, this is actually substance. Same shit they put on your brain through the video game. Do you understand that? Because remember, your brain is an object, it's a thing. You can disable it without putting shit in your body. You have to remember that shit. Whatever they put to block your brain, gonna make it disabled. The video game is a prime example. It take over your whole brain. You have to understand that you're talking about dopamine and addiction. This shit take over your whole brain, so you only think video game. That's it. You only think like the character in the video game. Your movements, everything is just the video game. Most of the youth that hooked on it, that's the way they feel. They don't know real life different from the damn video game. A matter of fact, the video game is their real life.
So it's no surprise that many of the behaviors and reactions that we see for a child who's struggling with having this sudden stop brought about in their video game playing has analogs to someone who is...
And if you notice, people, take a look at the video game signs that they put there. X, that's number 6, C, number 3, and L, number 3. Pyramid, all coding, people, right there.
Yes, to stop usage of a substance.
Let's say a child is about to eat a piece of candy. The anticipation of eating that candy gives the child a spike of dopamine.
Wow,
Then their parents
spike of dopamine is bullshit. Like I say, when the youth born, you already make his damn taste bud. You give him that supposed to be formula and everything, that now his taste bud is built for it. Salt and sweet. Sweet things, that's what they let your body call for by feeding you that shit ever since you're born. So yes, people, they know that sweet is not good for your body, gonna break you down, damage your blood and everything. So that's the reason why they make you addicted to sweet from day one, by feeding you that shit as soon as you're born.
yanks that candy away from them. That action will cause a drop in dopamine, which will upset the child.
Okay, what's the dopamine coming when you smoke crack? Okay. Yes, they took the crack away. Of course, the people gonna cry for it. It's the same thing, people. You don't get it. They're the one who make your youth addicted to sugar from the day one. That's what they prep them up with. That's what they feed them in the formula.
New game designers have gotten remarkably adept at keeping gamers entranced with a steady source of intermittent rewards.
There you go.
More rewards
in the game
means a constant stream of dopamine released into the brain
You hear that,
throughout
people?
gameplay.
Yes, because when you play the game, you're supposed to be successful at things, or you gain some coins that you don't really have. You get some points, or this, that, and that's what they use to entice you like you win something in a video game. It's stupid shit. Move. Now take a look at this right here, people. Look what it's saying right here. Yes, but they do make it for children. Don't worry about it. This is what they do. And I'm going to show you some things right here with the Grand Theft Auto. Remember, Grand Theft Auto is actually a crime. But they make the video game just like this and have the people in this virtual world. What the youth gonna do next after you use this to program them. Pay attention.
Lucia, do you know why you're here? Bad luck, I guess.
And they're showing you right here, Vice City supposed to be Miami. Pay attention right here, people. Or they supposed to be mixed real life in this Grand Theft Auto right here. One of the most realistic game that you're gonna see. The graphic and all. Sometime I told you, this is what they show you for the news. The same kind of style, Grand Theft Auto. Listen, there you go with the rock star right there. Like I tell you, 33 coding. Look at this right here, people.
She said she cared about me. She tried to make my
Go back. Look at this right here, people.
She tried to make my world.
And don't worry about it. Most of the things that they tell you they're showing you as graphic in the game is actually some part of real life. So they're bringing the game in closer to reality for the young ones. Right here. Pay attention. LK. And take a look at this right here. They tell you that this was real life with some worker was pulling out a alligator from a pool, and they said they put it right there in the gaming. But you already know it's just hoax they give you 100% in, and now they're making a video game about it. Right there, I add it to the video game. Like I say, mix the supposed reality with fantasy. The youth's not gonna know the difference. Look at this right here. Wow. There you go, people. Flashing the devil horns.
Look who's back.
There you go, people.
We're gonna get through
All this right here supposed to be happening already. And they feature it in the video game. You see that right there, people? So yes, this is how the masses gonna grow up now. The little youths gonna grow up with all fantasy for real life. Rockstar right here make it easier for them to basically mix them up. Reality and fantasy. So they supposedly combine both. And they can tell you that Rockstar right here, yes, they make video games more like real life. I told you. It's a brainwash for the masses to let you confuse about what's reality and what's fantasy. None of those youths know the difference now. Like I say, you can get all kind of destruction come from this right here that they present to the masses as video games. It's a wicked act. Don't put your youth on it. And if you already did, find a way to get them off. Yes, another mad bam. Respect to all my Patreon. I'll be back on.